Hi, I'm Connor. I'm going to show you around the 2-berth option for this year's rental. We'll start on the outside. So in this flap here is where you fill up with diesel. Just use the key that starts the ignition. Pull that out and fill it up with diesel. So this is the gas system for the vehicle. And in this locker here, you've got a refillable gas bottle. To switch it on, turn it to the left until it's in the plus position. And to switch it off, into the minus. And always make sure and switch it off before you turn the ignition on. Underneath this cap here is where you'd refill the gas, and we ask that you do that on returning the vehicle. So this is just storage in this locker here. You can also access that from the inside as well. In here we've got a fridge vents, don't need to worry about them too much. And then in here is an important one, this is where you fill up your fresh water from. This here's your bike rack. You've also got a spare wheel in here and your reversing camera up the top as well. There's some more storage under here. This is a good spot to put your levelling ramps and your hookup cable and that sort of thing. This tap here empties your fresh water tank. This is a vent from the boiler. This is an important one. This is where you'd hook up when you get on site. It's important to hook up to the mains first and then plug into the vehicle so that you're not carrying about a live wire. This tap here is where you'd empty your wastewater. So your wastewater is anything that goes down the drain, so from your shower or from your sinks. That's pretty much everything for the outside. Come on inside and we'll show you how everything works there. The most important thing when you come in is to turn the power on, and that's all controlled just with the panel above the habitation door. If we press the power button, as you can see, all the lights will turn on. The button that looks like a tap is your water pump. Give that a few seconds and that will all kick in. This is for the on-in light, so that's just outside the habitation door. This button here would change the power from the leisure to the vehicle battery. So when it's on the vehicle battery, it will have the blue light in the top corner. Most of the time you can just let it run on the leisure battery, but if you ever were desperate you can switch to the vehicle battery if needed. On the right here, these arrow buttons tell you all your levels. The external temperature, the solar power, the battery current, and your waste and fresh water. Next to your control panel is your heating and hot water settings. So on the left is for your hot water, so you can have it at 50 degrees, and that's good for washing your hands and doing the dishes, or 70 degrees if you need a shower. Next to that is your central heating settings. So when the wee tab is at the 0, it's in the off position. Turn it up 1, puts it to 2 kilowatts, and that's the standard for the UK. And then in the middle determines the temperature. So the higher the number, the hotter the temperature. Once you've sorted your heating out on the control panel, come down to this unit here, and that will determine how the hot air flows through the motorhome. So you switch it to the A position, and it will come only out of this vent here. You switch it to the N position, it'll come out of all these vents that are dotted around. You just put your hand over it, you can feel the hot air coming out. If you don't want to use the electric, switch it to the 0, and then we'll use this ignition here, and that will switch it to gas heating. This is your fridge here. It works very simply. Power button, push it and the lights come on. This here is for your mains power. So if you're hooked up at a site, just press that button and it'll run off the mains. This button here turns it on to gas, so if you're wild camping, you can put it on gas and it will just spark and then get going. This here would run it off the alternator, so if you're ever driving and using the vehicle, it will keep your stuff cold in the fridge. And then this button here sets your temperature. In order to work the TV, you might need to adjust the aerial. So this is it here. At the top there's a screw. Just pull that down and then you can adjust your aerial there. Always remember though, if you've got your aerial up, before you start travelling, you need to bring that back down and then replace the screw. Once you've adjusted your aerial, come round to your TV and you need to tune the TV. So what to do is switch it on and press the AQT button there, and that should adjust your TV. So this is your Skylight here. Just use the handles to pull it out and then you'll be ready to wind it open and closed. Just remember when you have it open and are ready to get on the move, just to wind it shut and lock those handles in place. For this one here, you push the button, pull the handle down and that will open and close it. On all your windows and on the skylights you have a fly screen and then also a privacy blind. To make up the beds, just lift from the bottom there and this will all slide into the middle. What's quite comfortable is to actually use the back of the cushions because they're a bit flatter and a touch firmer. So to work the hob, if you're hooked up at a site, you can just use this electric one here. Other than that, you've got 3 gas burners, and then your grill and your oven will both work only off gas. So this here's your toilet. Just remember when you're going to empty the toilet that it goes into the closed position, otherwise you'll not be able to take the cassette out. In here we've got your shower. It just works like a normal tap. One thing to make sure is that you've got your water heating on before you go for a shower. Same with the taps there. So this here's your toilet cassette. Just lift up the handle, pull it out. Just need to make sure that your toilet's closed on the inside so that you'll be able to pull this out. Put it down there. It's got a handle to wheel it along. To empty your toilet, you twist this nozzle out, unscrew the end, and then dump it out and push this button in to let some air in through it. Just before you leave and start the ignition, make sure and switch all these control panels off. So all your lights, all your water pump, and then your heating as well. Thanks very much for listening. If you've got any questions, feel free to give us a call and have a good time away.